The city pulsed with a frenetic energy, a stark contrast to the steel and glass monolith that was Elsinore Inc. headquarters. A beacon of corporate power, it dominated the skyline. This was no medieval castle, but the principles of ambition, treachery, and revenge were as old as time itself. Inside its sleek walls, a dynasty had crumbled. John King Hamlet, the CEO, was dead. Queen Gertrude, a woman of formidable grace, now wore a strained expression. Her grief for her husband was palpable, yet whispers of impropriety followed her recent marriage to Claudius, her brother-in-law. He was now acting CEO, his ambition thinly veiled by mourning. And then there was Hamlet, the prince, the prodigal son. His grief was all-consuming, his eyes reflecting a storm of emotions. Late one night, Hamlet received an anonymous message, a cryptic summons to the rooftop helipad. There, bathed in the cold light of the city, a ghostly apparition materialized. It was his father. The message was chillingly clear. He had been murdered, poisoned by Claudius. Revenge was demanded. Hamlet was thrown into turmoil. Could he trust this spectral vision? The thought of revenge was repugnant, yet the image of his father, his voice echoing accusations, was seared into his mind. Was he a grieving son or a righteous instrument of justice? The line blurred, his sanity hanging in the balance. Section 5. The mask cracks madness, real and feigned. Hamlet knew he couldn't act rashly. He had to play for time to assess his enemy. He adopted a facade of madness, his words becoming cryptic, his actions erratic. This charade, however, took its toll. His relationship with Gertrude became strained, her concern tinged with fear. Ophelia, the woman he loved, was an innocent caught in the crossfire. Section 6. Web of deceit, Claudius's gambit and Hamlet's return. Claudius, sensing a threat to his newfound power, grew suspicious of Hamlet's behavior. He enlisted Polonius, his cunning advisor, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, two of Hamlet's former classmates, to spy on him. He even plotted to send Hamlet away to a conference, a thinly veiled attempt to get rid of him. However, fate had other plans. Hamlet intercepted a message and orchestrated his return, ready for a confrontation. Section 7. Love's Requiem, Ophelia's demise and the stakes rise. The strain of Hamlet's supposed madness was too much for Ophelia. Her father, Polonius, had forbidden their relationship, adding to her despair. Driven to the edge, she tragically took her own life. Her death was a turning point. Hamlet, consumed by grief and rage, vowed to avenge her, further fueling his desire for revenge against Claudius. Section 8. The play within the play, a deadly performance. Hamlet devised a plan. He would stage a play, a dramatic reenactment of his father's murder, to expose Claudius's guilt. The tension in the room was palpable as the actors played their parts. Claudius, unable to bear the weight of his conscience, stormed out, confirming his guilt. Section 9. The price of revenge, a kingdom in ruins. The gears of fate were set in motion. Claudius, desperate to protect himself, arranged a fencing match between Hamlet and Laertes, Ophelia's brother, who was consumed by grief and vengeance. The duel was rigged, the tip of Laertes' sword poisoned. In the ensuing chaos, Gertrude drank from a poisoned cup intended for Hamlet, and both Laertes and Hamlet were fatally wounded. Claudius's treachery was revealed, and he met his end at the hands of the dying Hamlet. Section 10. Echoes of Elsinore, timeless themes in a modern world. The modern rendition of Hamlet might unfold within the cold confines of a corporate empire, but its themes remain as relevant as ever. The insatiable thirst for power, the corrosive nature of deceit, and the devastating consequences of revenge are timeless human struggles. Hamlet's internal conflict, his grappling with moral dilemmas and the burden of vengeance, resonates deeply with our own experiences.